Morning everybody, we're finally out here sowing. As you probably see in the background, some of the paddock's been done. Dad's been out here yesterday and a little bit this morning. He's just filling up now with some grain. Yeah, we finally got our seed. I think it's been probably 4 weeks since we sort of spoke about it. So if we didn't get stuffed around quite so much by the people we got the seed off, we would have been out here and we probably would have been done, because we had quite a lot of rain and sort of delayed us and we couldn't get out because it was too wet. And we've sort of had a pretty fine week this week. It's been sunny the last 2 days and sort of dried up enough that we can get out here. It's still tacky. There's still quite a bit of moisture in the ground, so definitely not as wet as it was last year. I just had a look at the back of the combine there, and none of the pipes seem to be blocked up with all the clayey dirt that we have here. So hopefully we're not going to get too many blockages, and we'll get this paddock done and we'll get the paddock started. And it should dry out a little bit more during the day because it's meant to be a pretty nice day today. But yeah, we'll sort of crack on. We'll fill this combine up and we'll get into it and try and get as much as we possibly can get done, sorry. And yeah, we'll just see how we go. But I'll get a little update from Dad and get him to say about what he reckons about how it's been going and what the conditions are like.
Yeah, g'day viewers. We're out here this morning in this paddock, sowing the Triticale. We're a little bit behind the times here, so we got it in bulker bags because it works out cheaper for us than getting it in little 25 kilo bags. But it's a bit of a pain because we've got a bucket. Well, just because we're doing such a small lot, it doesn't really matter, but it's a pain because we've got to bucket it from the bag into the combine. Anyway, this is what Triticale looks like. Look at it. It looks a little bit like wheat. It's a cross between a wheat and a rye, and that red stuff's inoculant they put on it to help it to germinate and stop whatever bugs there might be in the ground, like eelworm and that, eating it. So yeah, that's what we're doing at the minute. As far as the paddock goes, it's going in really well. Plenty of moisture, and it's covering nice because it's nice and pliable as it stands there at the minute. We've got a few thistles and docks growing in here, but I'm not worried about that. But it's only going to be for hay, and when there's a bit more rubbishy stuff comes up, I'll get the young boys that are bloody share farming with us with their spray rig to come out and spray it, and that'll knock all that stuff and that'll be all good. So I got about 20 acres in there yesterday, or about 8 hectares in modern day speak, up until about 6:30, 7 o'clock there last night. So I got out here this morning and filled up and whatever for Cam, and he's going to take over while I give Mother a hand with the cows. So hopefully you'll get this paddock in today with no breakdowns, and then we'll move on to that other one out the back, maybe get set up so we can have a crack at it tomorrow. Anyway, that's all I can tell you at the minute.
the combine with some more seed. It's breeding 10 hectares on there at the moment, so I think that's like a roughly 25 acres. So we're probably, I can't remember if this is 50 acre paddock or not. It might be a little bit less than 50 acres, but we're over halfway, I think. So we're going pretty good. We're going way better than last year. We're going pretty quick. If you just remember last year when we were sowing, because the paddock was so rough and there was so much grass in there because it was so wet and grew, we couldn't scarified or cultivate it again after all that rain. We had to go really slow and it was really boggy, and yeah, it took forever. But we're smashing this paddock out really well, quickly compared to last year, so that's really good. And seems to be going pretty good. Everything's going alright. Yeah, so I'll continue along and I'll probably join back up with again when I fill the box up again. So I'll be back in a bit. Just gonna fill up the box again with some more seed. Almost done. As you can see, there's not a lot left. So I'll fill the box up and I'll take the John Deere and the semi and I'll take them out into the laneway, finish up this paddock, and then I'll have to take that back down to the shed to get the other couple of bags of seed, and then I'll take the Massey Ferguson and the combine out to the second paddock, and then yeah, we'll make a start on that one too. So we'll fill this box up and we'll finish off this paddock. So the box is full. I'll take the John Deere and the semi at the laneway and then we'll finish off this paddock. Rightio, just finished this first paddock. I'm just gonna take the tractor up to the second one, which is just up there. Then I'll run the semi back and get some more seed. But yeah, this one's finished now, so there we go. So that all went pretty good, I reckon. Way better than last year. The dirt worked so much better because we had actually had the opportunity to break it up better. There's a couple of tacky spots, but I went over them and it's gonna, hopefully we'll get a good crop. So looking at the meter here, we did 14.1. yeah, 14.1 hectares. I can't think what that is in acres. I'll do the equations and put it on the screen. But there'll be a little bit extra because of doing headlands and just going over a few areas. So I'll park this up and I'll go do what I said I was going to go do. Alright, so we're out in this back paddock now. Done one lap and I just filled out the box. There's there's a few wet spots in here, just in low areas where there's been drains. Over there at the gate, I don't know if you can see it, just there is a heap of muddy trenches and someone's burning off. So water's pulled there, it's a bit of a pain in the ass, so I can't really go in that spot there. So I'm going to cut that off. So as I said, yeah, just filled up. I'm gonna start off again. Dad's also, well, he's not concerned, but the little metering box that tells you how many hectares you've done is wrong, because it said 14.1 hectares, and that paddock over there that we already just did was like, it's just under 50, and that comes up, I think it's like 30 something acres or something. So he wants me to done one lap and it come up as 0.4 of a hectare, and he reckons that that's not right. So what he wants me to do is do another, I'll keep going until the box is like almost empty, like just about out of grain, and he's going to calculate how much grain is going through, because of the calculations on the gearbox for the combine that sets how much grain will flow out. He wants to calculate if that measurement is correct compared to the hectares being done. We may just need to have a little look at the little counter thing. It's not that important. We know how many acres the paddocks are, but Dad just wants to get it sorted, so that doesn't matter. So I'm going to take off again and I'll dick around trying to get this box empty and work out how many hectares it's done, and then yeah, we won't get very much done today. I don't think it's already like 4 o'clock, so have to come out tomorrow, and I don't know if that'll do anything tonight. He might do some, but we'll see what happens. Alright everybody, so unfortunately I'm finishing up for the night. I had a little issue here, which I'll explain in a moment. What I've been doing is I haven't had to fill up a box yet. I've been up in this back end of this paddock. It's up at that corner, it's pretty wet. It just keeps losing traction. And in that corner it's also wet. So what I've done is I've sort of done this line you can see behind me here. On that side it's all dry because there's no stupid drain, or what was a drain once upon a time, which is just in that lower area running down there. So I tried to separate this bit and just do as much as I could, try and get this done, because it's going to be a real pain in the ass because I keep having to raise the combine up to get out of the bits where I'm getting stuck and so on and so forth. So very annoying. But just then I noticed that the box wasn't driving, the gearbox wasn't driving the shafts in the bottom of the box there. And I noticed that the chain down here had come off. There should be like a split pin that goes in front of this gear. It was pretty manky before we started. I did see, I think it's snapped and that gear's sort of gone cockeye and the chain's come off. So I managed to get the chain back on. I lifted up this wheel with the hydraulics and I just sort of span it back on because the chain's got so much slack in it. I'm able to. So I can't do any more because that gear will come off. I need to get a split pin, which I don't have here. So just going to wrap it up for tonight, and we'll start again tomorrow. But we'll finish this video here, and I'll come back to this with another video. Rightio, so we'll wrap her up. You know the drill. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will catch you in the next one. And hopefully she'll be smooth sailing and we won't be getting stuck. And if you hear anybody tell you that raised beds are the way of the future, slap them in the face and tell them to get out of there.